All right, so we're going to call this meeting to order. Roll call, we are all here. Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion to adopt the agenda.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
This is the time for the public to comment, and there's no public here, so we'll adjourn to closed session. Okay, we are going to get started here. Are we all ready for online? All right. Welcome. You guys got quiet very quick. Thank you. Welcome to the Tuesday, August 13th regular board meeting for the Roseville Joint Union High School District. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just prior to this meeting, the board met in closed session and there is no reportable action from that meeting. Our next item is announcement of meeting protocols. We have opportunities for the public to address us at various times through the meeting. If you have comments on an agenda item, fill out one of the little cards or get my attention. You'll have an opportunity to speak for 3 minutes unless there's 10 or more people that would like to speak on an item, which based on the crowd size, I don't see that happening tonight. But if that were to happen, your time would be reduced to 90 seconds. If you want to address us on an issue not on the agenda, we will have a public open comment section. And the same thing, just fill out a card and you'll have an opportunity to speak to us for about 3 minutes. We do request civility in the use of courteous language. We do not condone the use of profanity, vulgar language, gestures, or any other inappropriate behavior, including personal attacks or threats directed towards any meeting participant and or district employee. If you do have a complaint about a specific district employee or employees of the district, those should be made to that employee's immediate supervisor or the school site principal as outlined in our board policy and administrative regulations. This meeting is audio, video recorded, and will be archived. We're going to jump right into our meeting. Are we introducing new board members first or school members, or are we going to do the recognition presentations first? Which would you like to? Okay, so we'll jump right into 4.1. Special Olympics Northern California Schools Partnership Program Volunteer of the Year recognition. Mel.
Good evening. I'd like to invite up Hayden Olsheiser. And Claire, come on up too. And next to her here is Claire Ramley. She's the Senior Area Manager, Schools Partnership Program from the Special Olympics, Northern California. So she's joining us tonight as well. So the Special Olympics Northern California Volunteer of the Year Awards are honors bestowed upon select volunteers who've made an outstanding effort to advance the goals of Special Olympics, with the amount of time donated being just one indication of their commitment. These volunteers show joy in their work, demonstrate an understanding of the Special Olympics mission, seek opportunities to promote the cause, and work to expand community support for Special Olympics. They often go the extra mile, knowing that their efforts serve a larger purpose of preparing the athletes for all of life's circumstances. These volunteers are exemplary representatives in our community. Hayden here is a teacher at Antelope High School, if you didn't know. And she is the district's Unified Sports Coordinator, and she was recognized this summer as the Schools Partnership Program Volunteer of the Year for Special Olympics Northern California. She was nominated for her outstanding work spearheading Roseville Joint's Unified Sports Program. This program joins students with and without disabilities on the same sports team as leaders in school activities and as organizers and participants in school-wide events. Hayden's passion and willingness to help others outside of Roseville Joint grow their programs, as well as speaking on the Special Olympics Professional Development Day, advocating at the county level, inviting folks from outside districts to events to observe and learn from us, as well as her countless hours dedicating to growing and improving our unified sports programs at each of our schools, highlights just a few of the reasons why Hayden was chosen for this award. Just to give you an idea of the significance of this award, Special Olympics Northern California enrolled, and I hope my stats are right, they might need to be updated based on the website, but They enrolled 181 schools in their Unified Champion Schools program with over 133,000 students participating. Hayden was recognized during the opening ceremonies of the 2024 Summer Games on June 28th at Santa Clara University, with more than 1,000 athletes and coaches from 35 counties participating in a weekend full of competitions, events, and activities. I'd like to personally thank Hayden for her work with our Unified Sports program and recognize her for receiving, we've done a lot of work together, the Schools Partnership Program Volunteer of the Year Award. Claire? And to choke you up even more, and I'm not going to get choked up because I've already seen it, your school has prepared a special video for you. So take a seat.
Everyone wanted to come here, and I said, there's not that many chairs.
That is true. They said instead of all of us coming to the board meeting, we will create this video and instead of packing your board meeting. So
We also had to cut down the video quite a bit. So it's gonna be, we'll send you the full thing. It was very long, Hayden. A lot of people wanted to see it.
there you go.
All you have done.
Congratulations, Hayden. We love you.
Thank you for all your hard work with Best Buddies and Unified Sports. Appreciate everything you do and love how positive you are. Congratulations, Hayden. We know how much time and love you put into Unified Sports, and it shows.
We love how passionate you are and how you advocate for our students.
We're so lucky to have you on our team. You've made a huge impact for Antelope and for our district. We're so proud of you.
Thank you, Hayden, for everything that you've done for our kids. I know you work so hard. You really deserve this recognition. We love you.
Congratulations.
Hayden, you're a rock star. Thank you for everything you've done. Can't wait to the Best Buddies games. Thank you for all you do for Antelope High School.
Hayden, keep up the great work. Thanks for being a great champion for all students and giving all of our students an opportunity to work together and make Antelope a better place. Great job.
Thanks, Hayden.
Congratulations to you. So deserving. You have done so much to develop this program for our students.
Hi, Hayden. You are all in all the time, whether it's students, co-workers, friends. Love you and appreciate you. Congratulations on this recognition for all of your hard work with Unified Sports and everything that entails. You're amazing, and I'm so lucky to work with you.
Hi, Minnesota. This is our student government executive. We just want to say congratulations. And thank you for everything you do for us on campus. We appreciate everything you do for Unified Student Dev and everyone else. We love you. Bye.
Hey, Hayden, we're really proud of you. Congratulations.
Hey Hayden, just wanted to say a quick congratulations. I am so proud of you and so honored that I get to work with you as closely as I do on our
Congratulations. This is Spirit Committee and we have a couple of things to say. Thank you so much for bringing Unified.
You are 100% always here for the students.
We appreciate you, Hayden.
Nancy's here too. Now we can sing.
Hi, I'm the Vice President of Unified, and we just want to say congratulations, Miss O.
And I'm the Unified President, Mia, and we just want to say thank you so much, Miss O. You've done so much for this program. It wouldn't be where it is without you. And we love you so much, and we can't wait for our last year in Unified with you.
Amy, congratulations. And I just want to say thank you so much for making this Unified Sports really nice. I enjoyed it so much.
Hi, Miss O. It's Riley from Committee. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Hayden. You are so deserving of this honor and recognition. You go above and beyond for our students and staff, and I'm so glad that you're being recognized for all of your efforts. We love you.
Hey, Hayden. Congratulations on getting this recognition.
Hi, Hayden. It's Sammy and Sonia. We want to say congratulations and thank you so much.
I am so excited that you are finally being recognized and celebrated for your hard work, your dedication, and your passion for our students.
Okay, ready? What do we say?
Thank you, Miss O.
Thank you, Miss O, for all that you do. You're the best. Thank you, Hayden.
Miss O.
So once again, thanks to Hayden, and thanks for letting us take the time to honor her tonight.
Thank you.
Can we take a picture?
Of course.
In front of everybody.
You want us to get up?
If you could, if you don't mind.
Of course.
I'm gonna throw away your plate. Okay. Is it okay?
Yep. You're part of the team now.
You're in the middle. Are we in?
Yeah.
All right. We are now moving on to our next item, and I did not ask one of my colleagues to read this, so I will read our board expectations. The Roseville Joint Union High School District Board has approved a set of expectations. We expect to prepare all students for life, college, and career with high-quality academic opportunities for all students and to support student academic success, to engage in partnership with families in the community. Our schools are a welcoming, safe environment that serve as a center of student learning, activities, athletics, and performing arts, and promote a sense of community in our schools and their surrounding areas. We utilize effective governance and business practices to remain open, transparent, and accountable to the community, and to serve as an employer of choice with the highest quality teachers and staff. Our next item is board reports. So, who would like to start? We'll start at this end.
I just want to say welcome back, and I appreciate all of the time, the countless hours, which I know I don't even have a concept of how much time the administrators and teachers have put in to make the first week of school so successful. My daughter's had a great start, already complaining about homework, which I think means you're doing your job right. I also I enjoyed the kickoff to the professional development day, and I kind of wish I was a fly on the wall to hear all the teachers and the buzz with what I'm sure sparked quite a bit of conversation. But welcome back, and I look forward to getting some time on the schedule to visit all the campuses. And thank you.
Thanks. Tiffany.
I'll just echo what Marla said. Thank you so much for all of your work at the district level and at the site level. It's truly impressive what you've done to welcome the students this year and to support our teachers and our staff so that they are well prepared and have some great training. So thank you so, so much.
All right. I haven't done a whole lot since we just got back to school, but I did make it out to the 2 professional development days. Got an opportunity to meet with a lot of our teachers and administrative staff throughout the district. It's kind of weird. It's the first time in 9 years I didn't have a kid starting school in this district. So all my kids have grown up, which is both good and bad. It's good in a lot of ways, but they're more expensive when they're in college. Obviously, really appreciate Hayden and all of the unified sports. It's great to see. We hear throughout the year from our student board members how excited they are and the involvement that they have, but it's great to see that it's being recognized outside of our district. And then 2, I don't know if it's been mentioned, but 2 defended her doctoral dissertation, so we have a new doctor in the house, so congratulations, 2. You started 10 years after me and got your doctorate before me. Great job. So that's all I have to report. On to you.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I got to attend the summer school graduation. And so that was shortly after our last board meeting, and it was very just sweet, smaller and more intimate, and just the students got to bring their families. So it was really fun. We just had it right in here. And then attended one of the professional development days as well, which it's that excitement and energy of just all the staff and teachers being there together. And then my oldest is now driving to school for the first time and driving his little brother. So once I got through the tears, I was very excited. It's a lot of excitement. So 2 at Roseville High now, and they're both just loving it. And we got back to school night tomorrow. So welcome back, everyone.
So I have not been too busy, except for I'm almost done reading, Creating Thinking Classrooms. So I'm really excited this year to come around to the sites and to see what our teachers are doing, and really to see the engagement with students. I bore my daughter to death talking about that all the time, and so I ask her every night out, what are you doing in class? Have you noticed it? What are you thinking about today? And she looks at me very confused. So I'm sure in the coming days we're going to hear more and more about what she's thinking about and what she's learning at a high level. And I wanted to say welcome to our student representatives. It's great to have you guys here, and I'm excited to see how the rest of our student leaders as well visit us each month. So.
And speaking of our student leaders, we're going to go right into their introductions. You're closer.
All right. Hello, everybody. It is my pleasure to introduce Mia Andrade, our student board rep this year. Mia is kind of a legend at Antelope High School. She is the 5th of 5 from her family, all girls, to attend and graduate from Antelope High School. Mia's been involved in student government every term of high school since her freshman year. She's an advanced placement and dual enrollment student. She's a CTE completer in Project Lead the Way Engineering. She's an extremely gifted athlete, especially in soccer. She's involved in our unified sports program. You saw her on the video a couple times. And she's a link crew leader for our incoming freshmen. However, for me, beyond all of her accomplishments and accolades, the most valuable part about her is just her character. She is an absolute light in any room that she walks into. She's kind, she's generous, and she genuinely cares about other people. She's willing to step up and help in any situation, even when I bought 250 thunder sticks for our staff rally, and then I was like, I need someone to blow all these up. Mia did it for me. So that we had those for our rally. She holds herself to very high standards, and in turn, the people around her meet those high expectations as well. In the 3 years that I've known Mia, she has definitely made me want to be a better person and a better leader, and I just can't wait for her senior year. Although I'm pretty sure Antelope's going to collapse without an Andrade on campus. But she's great, and she's going to be wonderful here for you guys. So that's Mia.
Welcome, Mia. And our reintroduction.
That's right. Good evening, everyone. I'm John Smith. I'm one of the assistant principals at West Park High School, and I'm here this evening on behalf of our principal, Becky House. It is a true pleasure for the second time to introduce Mr. Jace Becker as our ASB West Park High School Board representative. I've had the pleasure of knowing Jace since he was 4 years old, when he could barely see over my desk and Ms. Cuneo's at Antelope High School, when Jace would come to work with his dad that was then the principal of Antelope High School, now our superintendent. Since then, Jace has been an excellent student academically at West Park. He is a leader on our campus, serving in ASB, where his main motivation for the role is to serve his friends and our overall culture at West Park. Jace also plays baseball for West Park, and one day he will be a Disney Imagineer. Beyond school and sports, Jace is an avid fan of anything Star Wars, and this is a fun fact. He actually busted out his lightsaber during a school rally and awed the student body with his major skills with that villain slayer. Jace also loves anything Marvel, and he and his family make regular visits to Disneyland. Like I said, this is his second term being elected in this role of ASB representative at the district, and West Park couldn't be prouder. Thank you, Jace.
All right, and do either of you have reports? I know school just started, so.
All right, this thing on? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Smith, for that introduction. Back-to-back years. Very lucky to have you introduce me. I really appreciate it. Good evening, everybody. It's great to be back for a second year as West Park's ASB Board Representative. To kick things off, we had an amazing start to our school year. We've made a lot of money in our sales during our Panther Pickup Days, welcoming both returning students and our new freshman class. Speaking of the freshmen, they got to experience their first week of high school here at West Park, which was really cool to see. I'm sure it was a surreal experience for them. However, what feels even more surreal is the remarkable start our seniors have had to their year. We began with senior sunrise on the first day of school, and before you ask how we're still awake, let's just say that's the last time a lot of us are going to wake up at 5 a.m. for school ever again. Despite the early start, we were all awake and energized, and our seniors had a great time, and all went to breakfast afterwards, which was really fun. Or I should say the fun part was getting back into that parking lot after breakfast. Jokes aside about the parking lot, I do want to thank our incredible staff who volunteered to help direct the traffic and ensure our students got dropped off safely and really made a safe pathway for us to park, because that was a really big concern going into this year was our parking lot, and our staff really have been the reason it hasn't been the worst it could have been. Our Welcome Back rally featured a senior entrance that was deeply meaningful and really brought the class of 2025 together, and our rally ended with the entire school dancing in a YMCA, a really loud and exciting start to this year. Moving over to our athletics, which have yet to kick off in the coming weeks, our Panther Athletic Council held its first summit of the year for our fall sports. Now, the meeting was almost 3 hours long, so I'll just give the takeaways from that meeting. Over the past year, we've seen a significant increase in student enjoyment and participation in our athletics department. This, as discussed in the meeting, has been a major factor in our success, winning more FVL flags and making deeper runs in the playoffs. Our athletes also had the opportunity to meet with their individual coaches depending on which fall sport they were involved in. And they discussed their overall vision, team needs, and purpose. A significant part of our meeting was dedicated to leadership, how we lead, why we lead, and what makes us leaders. As our athletic director, John Hildebrand, told us, each of us were chosen to be a part of this council for a reason, because someone saw us as more than just athletes. For me, that was the most important takeaway from our fall summit. To end things off, I'll mention some upcoming things from Student Gov. This Thursday is our fall back to school night. While it's not advertised, but I will mention to those parents wondering or are new to the area, our ASB team does offer small tours of our campus. However, if you wish for a small tour, you must come before the parent meetings begin. And somehow, someway, we're ready to release our homecoming theme options for this year. Our voting poll debuts this Thursday, and for an exclusive preview for those watching tonight, I can reveal that those themes range from Vegas hotels to movie genres. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. And I look forward to one last year with all of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jace. Mia.
Hi everybody, my name is Mia. I'm a senior at Antelope. We had our first day of school, which was really awesome and super welcoming with the help from our band, cheer, and dance programs. Our link crew was there helping freshmen with welcome signs. Something really cool our school does at Antelope is our students in Link that speak multiple languages. They were outside the gate with signs in those different languages, welcoming students that are still learning English, and especially like our freshmen too. We had our Welcome Back rally, which had lots of energy, even though it was a mini rally. We welcomed the freshmen through the doors with our We Love Freshmen chants as they walked through. Coming up, we have our Welcome Back Spirit Week with a timely Titan Olympics theme. Our fall sports haven't started yet, but they're coming up, and our Red Zone's very excited to cheer them on as they take the field. We have Club Rush in a couple of weeks, and then back to school night is this Thursday, which our student gov will be working. And then our enrollment this year is super high, and it's really great that people want to be a part of our culture and community at Antelope. Thank you.
Thank you, Mia, and welcome again to both of you. Committee reports. I don't think any committees have met, have they? Oh, wait, do you have something to say?
5.4.
Oh, yeah. Guess what? I got so excited about your son being here, I forgot about you.
Howdy, Shadow. No, it's really neat because when Ms. Cuneo and Rob Hasty and I opened Antelope in 2008, these two were 1 year old running around the campus. So that's how far and quickly things have gone by. So that was really cool. No, we just had a great start to the school year, welcoming over 11,000 students to our district and growing. And so we're just really appreciative of our teachers and how they were prepared to welcome our students, but even more importantly, our front office teams. If you just stand in a front office on the first day of school, the line goes out the door, and there's about 7 lines going to each person. And with a smile, they just treat everybody, take care of them, get them through. And all the reports is by the 8:30 bell, everything's calm and gone. So really just a huge appreciation for those front office teams and what they have to do those first few days of school and the work they do. So really want to appreciate that. Again, Hayden's recognition, I would say about 8 years ago, I sat through a Special Olympics presentation in my role in CIF, just talking about the inception or the creation of unified sports and how there was only a few schools doing it. And it was always this thought of we could have this great unified sports program. And we had various teachers throughout the district stepping up to volunteer to do it. Craig came in and started advocating. We were able to create stipends. And then people like Hayden came in, Rachel before her, and have now taken it to a new level where we're now a unified champion district. And hopefully soon we can become a national champion district as well. So I'm just so proud of that and what it does. And anybody who's ever gone to one of those events, it'll be one of your favorite days. It's hard to not walk away with just a huge smile on your face, seeing the interaction. And lastly, during the summer, we did have one of our club teams go participate in the Wood Creek High School Sportsman Club. Is the 2024 U.S. Open National Champions in trap shooting. So congratulations to them. Coach, I'm going to probably say his name wrong, Marchitelli, and the students at Wood Creek. That's a huge program with long-lasting success. Many of those kids get full ride scholarships out of that, which is really neat. And we just saw it in the Olympics, but to be able to call Wood Creek High School and their sportsman program national champions is really cool. So I'm really glad to hear that from the summer. That's it.
Thank you. Dr. C.
All right. Welcome back to everybody. First, I want to thank all of our Board of Trustees members for joining us at our August 5th and 6th PD. I know that our teachers and faculty and staff really appreciated seeing you and mingling with you, so thank you for your support and your physical presence. Also want to thank all of our faculty and staff for helping us to really lean in and, as Carrie said, build this environment of engaging and thinking that we obviously want to monitor and show evidence for with regards to our students in the classroom. So thank you to our teachers and faculty and staff members, administrators, and of course education services, technology services, everybody who came together to really putting on a fantastic 2 days for almost 700 employees. Also wanted to share some good news. We were just recently awarded in the amount of over $800,000 in CTE funds. Dual enrollment funds for every single high school in our district as well as for our school district at the amount of $900,000. That is to expand the offerings of college courses for our students in our school buildings with our instructors, of course, who are also shared with Sierra College as Sierra College instructors. So congratulations to our dual enrollment department, our education services, and more importantly to our students who will be able to take dually enrolled courses in our school buildings. And finally, I think you did hear from our superintendent with the partnership of Sierra College, William Jessup, UC Davis, Sac State, and the Greater Sacramento Economic Council. We did submit a $2 million grant with regards to the growing semiconductor workforce that is needed in our area, and we're hoping to hear word soon from NatCast with regards to this robust partnership we have jumped in together for this region for the growing need of semiconductor. So we'll see where we are with that, and we'll keep you apprised.
Great, thanks. Mel.
Just want to do one last shout out to Hayden and all the work that she's done for the Unified Sports. So appreciate her and Claire being able to be here tonight. Also want to acknowledge our campus monitors. They experienced a training with our director, Julie, and that was the first time that they've had a really intensive training, getting ready for going back to school and looking at all the different needs of our students. And there was a lot of appreciation for that training, so we want to make sure that we continue to work with them and provide for their needs. I want to shout out to our counselors and our wellness staff. They worked really hard over PD days to get ready for our students, And then our activities directors and our athletic directors, as you can see from the student reports, those folks are very busy on campus already with sports coming up. They've been practicing for a while, but the actual games are coming up, and activities directors have been pretty busy as well. So I want to acknowledge all of them. And then I also want to just invite you on August 28th at the Roseville High School Theater from 6 to 8 is Military Academy Night. And I'm inviting you at this board meeting because it's the day after the next board meeting. So I just wanted to get it on your radar if you're able to attend on August 28th for our Military Academy Night.
Don't
Thanks.
forget to send us an email.
I will.
Joe? No report. All right. And Rob, you can tell Brad this was his best report yet. We appreciate it. Okay, thank you. And now, our committee reports. As I was saying, I don't think any committees have met, have they? Nope. All right, RSEA report. You gonna take Natalie's spot today?
I am gonna take Natalie's spot.
Welcome.
Not that I can take Natalie's spot, but I'm gonna see what I can take.
Yeah, just push the button with the person.
So you guys are all high and fangled now. Last time I
Yeah.
was here, so it's the one with the little talkie thing.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey. So last time I was president of the RCA was during what we call the halcyon days of COVID, when everyone enjoyed remote learning. And if you remember, we were at the Roseville High School, and I was the big Wizard of Oz head in the background that got to sit there and talk for my little presentation. Thankfully, we're all past that. We've gotten through that, and hopefully we'll never have to go through that again, at least in our lifetimes. But I am going to say a couple things just real quick. First, thanks again for attending the PD Days. It does mean something to see you guys there and know that you're part of the partnership, and we know that, but it's something to see and be able to talk to you, and people get a chance to meet you, put names to faces and things like that, although these are probably the most watched video streams of anything in Northern California, so I'm sure that your rock status is already known out there. But it does mean something to the teachers to know that we're there with everybody else and everybody that's been working so hard to put these things together. On behalf of the teachers, I want to make sure that I heard something, though. I heard from our keynote speaker, we're not paying attention to tests anymore. That's what I heard, right? He just said, screw the textbooks and tests. So we're done with that. I just want to make sure that that's what I heard. And so we're going to cancel CAST testing and see where it goes with our dashboard this next year and see how things go.
Don't confuse the keynote speaker for the board.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I kept looking. A lot of us were like doing our little kind of dual monitor watching kind of things. But it was interesting to hear him say the next day, I hope they ask me back. I'm like, well, all things concerned, we have been pulling a lot of heavy weight to actually thread both those needles. We know that we're living in a world of assessments, and that's one of the ways the world sees us. But as teachers, we also know that that's not the most important thing for the kids, and we got to be there for the kids. We got to meet them where they are and help them get to be the people they need and want and hope to be. And that's something that is different than the tests. So walking those two lines and balancing those two is not the easiest thing in the world. I do also want to thank the negotiating team. I know that up for tonight, the one and only action item is the negotiations we had, and so thank you for the board for what we did. Brad's not here. I'd like to thank Brad for the leadership on that. Brad and I have known each other since my first day back in 1990 when we played pickup basketball. He was a science teacher at Roseville, and I was a brand new 14-year-old teacher of English over at Oakmont, and because Brad is 20 years older than me. It's way better hair, but that's because of his wife. But Brad's been doing a great job of continuing what we've been working on for years, and John's continued the work that preceded him of reminding ourselves that we're a partner in this game. We're not adversaries. We're not fighting each other. What we have strove for all these years from the RCA was to never ask more than what we think the district can give, but at the same time trying to assure that we have the best paid teachers around, because we think that brings the best teachers to our district. And we've been able to get to that spot, and what we've always worked with Joe, and Joe has been probably one of the most incredible people to work with when it comes to this, is let's just work together and figure this out. We won't agree on everything. We won't agree on all the expenses, but we've really tried to work to the point of not being the kind of traditional CTA, you're just trying to burn the place down, you have your own agenda. We just want our teachers to be free to teach their hearts, to touch kids where they need to be in order to kind of try to figure out who they want to be, and at the same time just keep paying people well enough so they can actually do what they need to do. And we honestly believe in the next 5 to 10 years, it is going to be more imperative to make sure that we've got the best paid, because we have a teacher shortage that has been building and it's going to continue to build. So we want to make sure that we're not the ones suffering in this process. So thank you for that. But I did want to clarify real quick. It said 1%. I thought we agreed to a 100% raise that when we talked about, oh, that was just the RSC negotiating team. Okay, so that's a special side deal that we're going to work with. But again, thank you for the actual chance to come and meet you. I will be taking over as president in May, because our system we have is Natalie will be done, and I'll be taking over, and so you'll get to hear me for 2 years coming and doing this. So thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, our next item is public comment. I haven't seen any cards yet. Does anyone like to take advantage of public comment? Moving right along to consent agenda. Do I have anyone who'd like to pull anything from the consent agenda? Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
And do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. And Mia, everyone gets to vote, including you guys. So sometimes we'll take a roll call vote, which I'm going to do now, and sometimes I'll just ask everyone to voice their vote. So I'm going to start with Jace.
Yes.
Mia?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right, that passes unanimously. Action item. This is what we were just referring to a second ago, and that's the RSCA agreement and the ratification of agreement. Joe?
Yep, this is similar to what we had in the last board meeting, but this is for the RSCA, so for all of our certificated staff, the 1% salary agreement and all the financials associated with it. And so staff recommends the approval of this agreement after the solicitation of any public comment.
Great. Do we have any public comment on this item? I know the board's had this item many times in front of it over the last few months. Any questions? Not seeing anyone. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you, Carrie. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. That passes unanimously. And now we're into our informational items and staff reports. The first one is item 8.1, 2022-23 teaching assignment monitoring outcomes, local indicator reporting. Is that you two?
Yes. Okay, so Amy Black is going to come up here in partnership with Rob from HR. We're going to, as per our obligations, quickly report out on local indicator as per receiving LCFF funds from the state, as well as per our LCAP that you approved in the spring. So Amy.
Welcome, Amy. Push the little button with the person on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm bringing to you an update on one of our local indicators. So typically, how does this work? Am I using this right? Yeah. Okay. So typically in June or May, depending on when school districts bring their LCAP, they're required to also bring their local indicators, which are one of the metrics for our California dashboard. And so in the spring, when local indicators were brought forward to the board for review, this particular indicator was not updated. And so our ask from the CDE is that we bring the most recent data for your review. So, and they asked us to bring it to the next regularly scheduled board meeting. So that's tonight. So tonight I'm just showing our 2022-2023 teaching assignment data. Please also a note with some of our local indicators, we have some of our data that is maybe not the most current. It depends on the particular indicator that is being represented, and this particular indicator is a year behind. But it's also a year more current than what you saw in June. So if you have any questions about the data that is presented tonight, I am available, as well as Rob, to answer any questions you might have.
And so when we're looking at this, the clear column means they have a clear teaching credential. Is that
That's correct, yes.
And the out of field, that's when we make the exceptions for people to teach outside of their certification area. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And then what's ineffective and incomplete?
You might be able to help me with that terminology.
Besides the board, you can't say the board.
I would never say that. So let me I'll go through this a little bit for you. So what you're seeing here is a marriage between the federal government and the state government. So terms like ineffective come from the federal level. And so what you've seen is the state trying to adjust to the federal system for evaluating teachers. It's a really good thing, and we've only been in the process for about 3 or 4 years. And what we used to do is we used to use, you'll hear the term CalPads splashed around a lot in conversations whenever we're talking about data. And essentially what CalPads is a way that we're able to track the courses that kids are in. And there was a process previously that also allowed us to kind of look at that and see a little bit of, how much alignment there was with teachers. In the last 3 or 4 years, there's been a connection between CTE and now what's called CalSAS. And what they're looking at is exactly that alignment. So if you took the master schedule at every school and all the courses that are being taught, the state is actually looking at those and matching whether or not the teacher credential actually matches with the content area that they're teaching. So that's what all of this is. And yes, to Pete's point, clear means that they either have a preliminary credential, they have a clear credential, or it could be any of the local assignment options. So even a Title V stuff that you guys will approve. If you remember last board meeting, you guys approved 3 employees that were working on clearing their CLAD. One of them was an intern, another one was a teacher that was going to becoming a program specialist for us. And so you're seeing those numbers in here, and that's what clear means. Out of field means, what I want you to think about when you think about out of field is think about CLAD. CLAD is when they're completing a part of it. So all of our teachers are qualified. We're not putting anybody in those classrooms that isn't qualified. They've all got their bachelor's. They've all either had some kind of schooling where they've demonstrated some kind of mastery of whatever the content is they're teaching, but they may be missing a piece of it. So that's where you get the out of field. The intern, obviously, those are our interns up that we work with Placer County Office of Ed on, and as we've talked about before, those are our high need areas. So those are needs like special education or CTE, and that's why you'll see in there that there's a part of our population that's there. When you think about ineffective, what you need to think about and this is the easiest way for me to do this is give you examples. Think about subs. Subs are not qualified as far as the federal government is concerned because they're not content experts. But when you think of the state of California, what I need you to understand is all of our teachers meet the law and they are cleared to teach in the classroom. Because what we do is we do the local assignment options, we do STIPs, we do PIPs, we do waivers, we do emergency credentials, and those are all the things that are required at the state level for our teachers to be qualified in the classroom. And as you can see, we're above the county and the state average. Please know this, if your expectation is that those numbers will ever be perfect and 100%, they're not going to be just because of some of the things we just talked about. There are courses, let me give you student government, leadership. There's no credential for those things. So we will always have local assignment options that we use in order to cover those folks. And so our percentage will never get to 100%. Also, when you look at that number, when you look at the 91%, what I want you to think about is we've got about roughly 500 teachers in our district, and of those 500, so you do a little less than 10%. You're talking about 40, 50 teachers that we're talking about. The majority of those fall into local authorization group, and so I think there's 22 of them. And remember, we're also hiring 60 some odd teachers every year. So what you've got is you've got people that are retiring that we had as either committee on assignment or in some kind of an odd credentialing area, and they retire out, and now we bring somebody else in. Hopefully, they've got the credential, and I think that over time, as CalSAS and CTE get stronger partnership, I think these numbers will improve, but I don't anticipate we'll ever be at 100% in that clear column. So I hope that helps a little bit with what that is. Incomplete and unknown, essentially what that is it's some kind of mismatch between the state and our district, and it's not necessarily on us that we did something wrong. In some cases, it's us. In other cases, it's a state not understanding what we sent them, and so you see some of those small percentages there. So hopefully that helps with the numbers and gives you a whole lot more than you ever wanted to know about teacher assignment monitoring, because it's way more than I ever wanted to know. So.
Wow, thank you very much. Any other questions from any of our board members? This is just an informational item, so we won't be taking any action.
All right, thank you.
So it looks like we're good. Thank you. Our next item is staff comments. Anybody have a comment that they didn't get a chance to make at any point? Isabel? Okay. Pending agenda items. We have a whole host of pending agenda items. I know there's a few things that John has said he's working. I saw an email, some things that are getting moved and some things that are being added in that aren't in here yet. If any board member or staff member sees something missing, send an email to John and or me, and we will make sure those get back in the appropriate spot. With that, unless there's any questions or comments, we're ready to adjourn. I did not beat Heidi's time, but I came pretty darn close. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Yeah, it's all, yes, between you and Brandon, you threw my times off, so, you know. Heidi made a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.